Okay, so Nürburgring's in the bag. It wasn't a good week, really. So we need some encouragement. Like the CEO of a tech company. Uh, that rush you get from presenting a scam so huge in scope. You're now a modern day god. But unfortunately, unlike Mark Zuckerberg, we have to contend with reality. Even when that reality, in part, plays out in a simulation. So this here is Belle Isle. And it's not a good racetrack. Enjoy. Okay. So this is Belle Isle, Detroit. And this will be a meat grinder, I think. Because it's very hard to find places to overtake here. And yeah. Everyone needs to be real careful.
About to go green.
Oh, let's see how it goes.
The pace car is in. Green flag. Hit road open.
Okay, bad start. Cold tires on this track is horrible, so I will take it very easy now. It was a shame that I lost that position. That's how it is. Maybe we can do something later in the race. Let's see. But I won't be aggressive here. If we get an opportunity, we take it, of course. But otherwise, we will see what the race has for us. I'm not that good on cold tires on this track. I don't know why. I'm usually quite good on cold tires. Might have to do with setups or something. But hopefully that comes back in a good way, because I might have a little bit more tire at the end. So my setup might be a bit easier on the tire. We shall see. Because it can be real tricky after pit stop on this track. It's easy to use a lot of tire. Which can lead to mistakes. I'm very careful now, but like I said, I think it's the right thing to do. I have good pace on this track, but since you can't really overtake, or really tricky to overtake at least, so that's why I was so sad about losing that position in the beginning, because it's very likely something you won't get back if that guy keeps it together, which is no guarantee, of course. Now I can start using a bit of my aero grip in that corner, and that feels good, because
You got a slow car on the left.
and I know I have some pace. Okay, so that's the position back. Got it for free this time. If you push the tire too hard on this track, especially when it's cold, you get... Yeah, let's say the track doesn't reward you really. Rather the opposite. So easy to make a mistake. Cold tires. Cold or worn tires, I should say. Because worn tires on this track isn't nice either. Yeah. Try to settle in now. Just get a pace. I didn't do qualifying too well. But I think that Jonathan, who's in the lead, was always going to make a better qualifying lap than me because his qualifying pace was really good. And mine isn't that good. But we shall see how we do in the race. I think I have a decent idea of how to do this race. There's so much that can go wrong with the GTs and trying to overtake and everything, and yeah, just in general this track is not very forgiving. This surface, this concrete surface, like a Sebring thing, is yeah, it's not so much grip on it. It will grip up, I suppose, a bit from track usage, but yeah, it can be really slippery sometimes. And out of this corner, I think this is like, this is the kind of track where you, if you have both your windscreen mirrors in place after you finish, you probably haven't pushed enough. Okay, I didn't hear what the spotter said there, but doesn't matter so much, I think. Couldn't have been that important. We know where the goal is. It's the car ahead of us, of course. We'll try to maybe not speak so much right now because I feel like I might not be that bad on pace actually. We shall see as the stint progresses, but yeah. At this point I am quietly confident that we might have something in the end of this race. At least to make it so that Jonathan doesn't get it too easy, but we shall see. He seems to have a really good handle on this track. So we don't know yet. This is of course a short track, which means that there will be a lot of overtaking, and it starts now. You can't really make pit strategy or anything because, yeah, fast lap is 120 in the hypercar, so there will be GTs everywhere all the time. And you need to be smart about that, of course. They have their own race, and you can't just barge through either. I mean, like in this situation here, be a bit of, yeah, he let us by. We thank him for that. It's like even an overtake where the GT really wants to let you by, it's quite difficult. So yeah, you see my point. Yeah. That was the first wing mirror. No problem. I'll take the second one in that wall later. can nudge the wall a little bit. You just need to make sure that it isn't too big of a hit. You need to be under control when you do it. Without the tires sliding entirely on their own accord. If you do that, you can get away with quite a bit of wall nerfing. I don't know what it's called, but made up word there.
Fueling up now should get us to the finish.
Okay. Our spotter now says that we could fuel up now, get it to the finish. And that actually interests me a little bit. Because GT traffic is so tough on this track. It takes so much time. It's not because they don't want to let you buy, it's because there just isn't enough room. This is a spot. Can get a good exit there. You can just take him on power, which is the safe way to do it. You can gamble a lot more than do that kind of overtake, but yeah, I'm not a gambler. I don't think it's right to do the gambles with other people's races. Okay, shall we do one more lap? Think we should do the one more lap? I think I will look for an early pit stop this race. We can get a good enough gap with the other hypercars. We don't have it now. I need to be a bit faster. Maybe it's too kind to that GT, but I'd rather be alive. Yeah, we need a little bit more base pace, but we're not that far from where we need to be actually. Okay, here comes another GT. Shall I do the pit now? Not sure. No, car will be so heavy. Oh, it's a bad spot. It's a really bad spot. So, yeah. The other hypercars will undoubtedly end up in similar situations. Because there are so few good places on this track to make a clean, effective and safe overtake. And by effective I mean that no party loses too much time. Might get an opportunity to try something new here regarding that, and we get purchase out of this corner, which is really hard. It's marginal because we need to brake there. Yeah, went well, but that's a creepy one if you don't get the traction. You can put both yourself and the GT in a really tricky position. We just show our intention to blast by. Went well. Still in the back of the GT field though. Yeah, have some purchase. Use it. It cost that GT a little bit now, but I think we had to do that. As you come over that bump, it's not a good idea to have two unusual inputs in the car. That's why I was a bit careful there, because yeah, if you lose it there, that is probably race ending. Just rocket straight into the wall. We keep the distance to the leader, but he has built quite an advantage, so yeah, that wasn't smart. Please, traction, thank you.
Stay on the right, clear.
I don't know if he knew that I was going to take that side there. That's a creepy situation too. It's a lot of those. It feels like we have the pace actually. We'll wait for these guys here. It's not worth it. Yeah, I don't think we can do anything with pit stop strategy or anything, because there'll just be GT cars everywhere basically. I feel a little bit sorry for the GT that I overtake every time I do that, because I use a little bit of their race time, but I waited for a lot of corners. I need to get through sometime, at some point. Very much about collaborating with the GTs here. Yeah, I was a wing mirror too. No problem. I know now that I need to brake a little bit earlier there in that corner when I have a GT in front. Because that's the thing too, you need to not only know your own car's braking capability and steering, you need to know what the GTs can do too. Otherwise you will put yourself in a situation. It wasn't perfect, but oh, yeah. At least I showed him what I wanted to do. I think he didn't lose any time at overtake. And that is a braking zone where the hypercar is put down much more braking performance, so yeah, it was okay, I think.
You got a slow car on the left.
That was a hypercar, right? It wasn't the leader though. Yeah, we've built a good gap to the cars behind. Unfortunately, we have about the same distance to the car in front. See what we can do about that. I make something up sometimes. He takes it back. It seems like it's more the ebb and flow of traffic than anything else. I was a little bit too slow on cold tires. Okay. We'll wait. I think patience is probably a virtue in this race. In fact, I'm quite sure of that. But we need to take him here. I'm sorry for that. Brake. Oh. Okay, not smooth. Should I say sorry for that? Maybe I should. Don't have time to reach for the button though. Do it here. Yeah, this is the front of the GT field, and as you see on the relative table there, the front of the GT field is very close to the back of the GT field, because after we've overtaken position 1, next car is position 20, and it's just seconds. Yeah, now seems like a couple of GTs are pitting here, and That serves us quite well. I think pace is decent with overtakes. But now Jonathan is in free air and he can also show what he can do pace-wise. So I need to try to make a bit of an preemptive answer, I guess. Yes, to show that we have some pace. We won't be driving away that easily. Yeah, took a bit out of him, maybe there. But I don't want to push too hard either. It's a bit of a balance now, it's a long race. Still have a pit stop and we need some tires to the end. Because on this track it's not just about using the tires in the end for defense of position, it's like survival to have a bit of tire left, because this track is, on this car at least, so hard to drive if you don't have the tires. If you've used them up, it's like driving on ice. So yeah, it's yeah, that is surface temperature. I put too much into the tires. You get rewarded with a big slide, high speed, every time. I actually thought that I was quite smooth, but apparently not. I need to be even smoother. With the gas pedal here to not spin up the tires. These cars have traction control, of course, but you can't really rely on that. You need to change corner to corner. You can't just step on it. You need to modulate the throttle. Oh, he's letting us by, thank you. That was kind of him. Oh, I saw debris there. That's guess that car was gone by the time we went by. Could have been an airplane crash of an accident there. That's yeah. That driver apparently managed to do the right thing in a stressed situation and get to tow as quickly as possible. Because as you can imagine, if you're stranded in the middle of the track here, there are places here where you basically can't avoid it as the car coming along there. So yeah, it's really important to exit to the pits if you have a big issue. Again, ooh, we have a bit of an issue with that corner now, actually. That is too close, man. Yeah, I think we should pit just to get some fuel in the car. Apparently it doesn't like this fuel at all, so yeah, let's do it. Do a bit of an early pit stop here. Let the tires cool down a bit. I don't know if we'll end up in a worse situation on track with our competitors, but I feel like I have to take the safe option because I'm getting a snap oversteer there that's quite high speed, so better safe than sorry, I think. Alright. We have auto fuel plus one. I think I do a little bit more maybe. Plus 1.4. Yeah.
2, 1. Right here.
Nice and easy. Nice and easy.
Go, go, go!
Also pit exit where you need to be very careful. Okay, so we're in fourth now. The cars in front haven't pitted, of course, so yeah, I'm glad that I did that. Bring the tire temps down a little bit. Hopefully we did our stop so early that we haven't used up so much tire with a heavy car. Because the problem you get is, of course, that the tires get a lot harder to heat up when they're down on thread. So that is certainly a thing to be careful about. Then you're just fighting the surface temperatures of the tire all the time. The core is getting cooler and cooler.
The car in front is steady.
Tire doesn't heat itself well when there's no meat on it, so to say.
The car behind is steady.
Okay, so this is fifth position now. We need to get past this car. Hopefully we can accommodate that. Hope he realizes that. This is not for position. Please. Thank you. Thank you. That was very good. If it's hard to overtake a GT on this track, I bet you can imagine how easy it is to overtake a hypercar. It's, yeah, do it on speed is... I don't know where you would do it really. I think you have to have some advantage in some part of the track probably. I don't trust my car in this corner now. But I will have to start trusting it a little bit more.
Back in third. Keep hustling.
Because third position is not what we want really. It's better than nothing. But we have the potential to get a bigger trophy than that. If I could put in some magic lap times now, it would be beautiful. I don't think I have it. Actually, I don't think I have enough pace to take Jonathan before he pits here. I'm close enough to so that he comes out behind me. I don't think that's the case, unfortunately, but
We're in a podium position. Left side. Clear on the left.
I feel like I take it very easy in that corner, and still car is a bit nervous. I must have misjudged something when I did this setup, actually. No, it isn't perfect.
You got a slow car on the right. Go left.
Oh, this is a gaggle now. Oh, thank you. That's very helpful. Yeah, we're losing to the guy in second, unfortunately. Hope that guy doesn't have enough pace. Would you look at this? I need to get out here, but yeah.
Clear on the left. Car on your
I
left.
need to be so careful now. You don't know the state of these GTs either.
Clear. Car on your left. Clear.
Yeah, went well. I think. It's basically as well as you can expect.
Car on.
Oh, what was that? Apparently there's a big bump there. I didn't know about it. Haven't driven there before, apparently. Yeah. So you learn all the time.
The lead is sitting now.
Okay, now we're gaining a bit on second place at least, so I think we will have the pace when he pits, so that he will come out behind of us.
The lead is sitting now.
I really hope so, at least. In any other case, my pit stop strategy was clearly not that smart. So we shall see what this brings now. They had no chance on taking first position, fortunately. Oh my god. Did we miss out on second also? Oh my god, that's not good. Ah, that's my fault for not being effective enough in traffic, I'm afraid. Can't blame that on anyone else.
Car on your left.
No, he hasn't pitted yet. Okay, so we're all right. We're all up. We're all right. I thought he pitted. Now the rears are starting to go off ever so slightly. But we have heat in them, at least.
The car in front is pitting.
Yeah, so car in front is pitting now. And we will, I suspect, come out in front. I see smoke. What does it mean? It means nothing.
You're back in second. The car behind is pitting. Car on.
Yeah.
Clear.
Wasn't really close, I suppose, but still I got a bit nervous there because I thought he pitted. I saw some numbers there that I clearly didn't understand well enough. Okay, so now we're back in second, and we have quite a decent margin to third place.
Car on your left.
What?
Clear on the left.
Oh, he outbraked himself. I didn't understand what he was doing there. So yeah. Yeah, so we have decent gap to third. We're in second and we have a decent gap to third. But unfortunately there is also quite a gap to first place. And thus far, Jonathan has done this race extremely well, I would say. Feels like he has shown pace all the time, been good in traffic, effective, and obviously not making any big mistakes. I was a little bit too slow in the beginning, so I didn't manage to put pressure on him. Unfortunately, it's a little bit hesitant on cold tires, maybe a little bit too much so. That is why the race looks the way it does now. But we started in second and we're still in second, and yeah, so that's not half bad, I guess.
Clear on the left.
But it isn't over by any means. Almost every corner on this track is a potential problem. And I mean like this. I mean, I have to be careful. I can't just stick my nose in there. These situations, we need to make quick decisions about what to do. They happen all the time on this track. And take a wrong turn in one of those decisions and you're out of the race. That's basically how it works. I'm starting taking it a bit easy now because I feel that the rears aren't what they used to be. We need to be safe to the end here on tires. Gap to the car behind and to the car in front is almost constant. Have been so for a couple of laps.
Clear on the right.
Okay. 53 seconds left on the clock. Now it's time to settle down a little bit. Try to bring this home. We didn't get the win as we wanted, but yeah, we got second, I think. Jonathan was
Left to go. Car on your left. Clear.
just a little bit too strong for us today. He drove a really good race.
You've got about 2 laps of fuel left.
So that's white flag. Last lap. And now it's just about not putting it into the wall. And preferably not jinx that with your own commentary. Because this is always a hard race, Belle Isle. It's a very weird track. It's a beautiful environment in reality, or in IRL. The idea of this park, I think, is really beautiful. But, I mean, I can't say I'm the biggest fan of the racetrack, I must say.
Got it right down on the right. Car stop on the right.
It's a little bit too creepy
All right.
to have a
Check your flag.
multi-class race here, I think, with all of the overtakes and really no good place to do them, actually, or very few good places to do them. So yeah, but we managed, and we're home second, and I think that feels all right at least. Thank you. Bye. I shouldn't have done that. I should have done this, right? We can't do this when we don't win. Thank you. Bye. Okay, so that was Belle Isle. And frankly, I'm glad it's over. As I said before, Belle Isle isn't a good racetrack. It's in fact a gambler's track. The logic of the track almost requires you to gamble with your own race. But that's not even the biggest problem. The problem is that it nudges you to gamble with other people's races too. But that is what gamblers like the most, don't they? Gamble with other people's stuff. Gamble with any common good. Gamble with the lives of ordinary people for personal gain. If Mark Zuckerberg was a racing driver, I bet he would love this track. Especially in multi-class, you know, where you could just shove the lower classes into the wall and smugly lift a trophy while the world burns around. I'm not saying that Mr. Zuckerberg would get to race that trophy, though, because after all, he seems like an idiot and too much of anything. But it certainly would be a suitable fantasy for him. Okay, Belle Isle. Belle Isle is a park, and I'm told it's a beautiful park. Great, beautiful park. Created actually for the explicit purpose of giving working people a place to relax and feel free. Where you didn't need to pay for anything. You could spend all day in this beautiful environment, just relax, reflect, and never pick up your wallet. It even has a casino. But no. Not that kind of casino. You see, it's a casino in the old sense of the word. That is to say, a place where people meet, where people have weddings. And not a place where people lose their life savings. Why the hell would anyone ever have a motor race here? If you have an idea, please do give me the answer in the comments, because to me it seems like. Well, that's it for this week. Next week we have at least a proper track. Good one indeed. Road America. See you then. Bye.